I might get a lot of hate for this, but I didn't like Alien. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. It felt bland and kind of a generic movie. I don't see how it changed the genre or how much it infected the genre or any of that, to be honest. I don't see why it's such a big movie. Um, the plot is just a few people of characters that I don't typically really care for. They don't give me a reason to care about them getting picked off one by one by an alien. So it's got the elements of a horror movie, but for it to have as big of an impact as it did, I'm really surprised. They didn't make a sequel till 7 years later. Um, the movie just wasn't the greatest to me. None of the kills really stuck with me besides the very first one, with John Hurt having a chest burster come through his chest. I know John Hurt as the Doctor from Doctor Who. He played the War Doctor in um, the Day of the Doctor episode. I believe he was in another episode, but it was just like a very brief thing at the end. So he's got like only 2 episodes as the Doctor, but he did a good job. Um, I liked John Hurt, but he doesn't really do much here. He's mostly incapacitated with a face hugger over his face. We got this guy Ash, who's very untrustworthy, makes some rash decisions, but you can kind of understand them, like him not wanting John Hurt to die, is what it seems like at first. But it turns out, no, the dude doesn't actually care about John Hurt. He's more interested in the alien. Um, so yeah, the chest bursters, that they had the best kill, and the alien itself, most of the kills, the screen is kind of dark when the kills happen, or he doesn't really kill them on screen, or her, whatever the alien is. The alien takes off with this guy Dallas, who I thought was going to be one of the main people besides Ripley to survive, but he's only the second to go, and he just kind of takes off with him. Then the alien takes off with another character. Apparently, in the director's cut, we see them get cocooned, or at least Dallas get cocooned. But I didn't watch that. I watched this on Disney Plus, and it was just the original, so I didn't see any of that happen. Um, then there's this girl Lambert who doesn't really do much throughout the movie. She's the most realistic character with her being fucking scared as fuck of the aliens, but it leads to a kind of stupid double kill where the alien kills her and the other dude. And I really liked the other dude, though I forget his name. He had the most personality out of all the actors besides Ripley, because like I said, Sonora Weaver is, I think, how you say her name. She has a really good performance. She ends up setting the ship to self-destruct. We get like a 10-minute thing. If you want to change it, it will be like you get 5 minutes to change your mind on whether you want to self-destruct the ship or not. She ends up trying to change her mind because the alien almost corners her, and she doesn't do it in time, so she gets pissed at the ship. They actually call the ship Mother, which is a little bit silly to me. And yeah, she fucking calls Mother a bitch and like throws something at her at the like artificial intelligence thing. Oh, and Ash is revealed to be a robot, and he had not gave a fuck about any of these characters. He was like, the humans are disposable, the aliens are what matter. Um, what a dick. He gets killed, and they make sure he's killed when they fucking use a flamethrower on him. Destruction of property. I bet if she had told them that happened, they would be a lot pissed in the sequel, because I've already seen the sequel at this point. But But she didn't do it herself. The other guy did. Uh, yeah, she ends up getting on a thing and escaping and getting undressed. I didn't like this part. Um, she's wearing underwear that clearly doesn't fit. I don't know if that was a director's, writer's, or something, casting crew's choice, or if Sonora Weaver just doesn't wear underwear that fit very well. Because, like, you can see her ass crack, you know. It feels pervy that they did that. You know, I understood that for some reason, whatever reason, that people that get cryogenic frozen, they undress, because we see, like, the guys get undressed and they're in, like, their shorts and stuff. But it was a bit weird here, you know, just because of the underwear. Because the underwear just, they clearly did not fit her. They were too small. She ends up realizing that the alien had snuck on board and somehow fell asleep, which I thought was a little bit silly. Like, just a second ago, it was killing two of your friends, and it somehow snuck on board and just fell asleep. I guess maybe it's been awake this whole time, and it just never took a break to go to sleep. Another thing I thought was weird, once they realized the alien was on board, why they would be so loud. Why wouldn't they whisper more and stuff? Like, you don't want the alien coming to get you. Because the reason I think Lambert and the other guy die is because of the fact that they're making a lot of noise. Then the alien ends up coming and kill them. Like, they knock some bottles around and shit. Like some metal bottles. And they get killed by the alien. You know, she ends up sneaking back in a decently tense scene where she puts on an astronaut outfit and then she turns the airlock on and shoots the alien with a harpoon, and the alien gets kicked out of there. It's a decent movie. I just don't see how it impacted the genre so much. Like, I can tell why Psycho did it, why Scream did it, and a lot of other horror movies did it. Like, even one that was only a few years back, you know, at least with this one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. I can see how that impacted the genre. This one, I just don't see it. It's not a bad movie by any means, but I just thought it was kind of bland. Didn't really care for any of the characters besides Ripley. And it was just But, you know, I really enjoyed the sequel, but I still don't see how this series spawned a franchise. Like, these movies are at least better than the Friday the 13th movies. Well, the difference with those movies are they didn't really have a comprehensive plot, but the kills were really good. In the Alien movies, the plots are comprehensive, and the kills aren't the greatest, at least so far.